Moto is new to many, but they've been gaining a lot of popularity with their ATVs and side-by-sides in recent years. I see a similar trend with their motorcycles, especially in their current lineup. They always seem to offer top-tier quality and features at an amazing value. That theme carries through with the 675SS. This bike features way more than it should at an MSRP of $79.99. First off, the bike looks great. I do wish there was a little bit more going on with graphics, but this bike in white and teal is beautiful in my opinion. It has all the scoops, slots, and aero any sport bike fanatic could want. One thing CF Moto always does well is lighting. This bike features full LED lighting and of course has the cool startup animation when turning the bike on. Now the display is what we've come to expect from CF Moto. Crisp, vibrant, colorful, and feature rich. The 5-inch TFT display looks great and features CF Moto Ride Sync, allowing the over-the-air updates and Bluetooth connectivity. It is customizable and also features a USB-C port for charging your devices. For stopping power, you have a pair of 300mm radial mounted rotors and J-Juan calipers and a 240mm setup in the rear. Of course, you can also show your friends the cool brake cowls which help improve the brake cooling. The frame is lightweight and rigid, paired with a fully adjustable upside-down fork from KYB. In the back, you have a KYB preload and rebound adjustable monoshock setup. This gives it a sharp, flickable handling that you'd expect from a proper sport bike. It is powered by a 675cc inline 3-cylinder engine, producing around 95 horsepower. It's got responsive throttle and a linear power band that's still kind of similar to a 4-cylinder engine. It's great for both city rides and track fun. Now, I'm not normally into the sound of triples, but I think this one sounds great. The transmission is a 6-speed and shifts buttery smooth. The gearing fits the power band well and also gives you the cool kid status with a factory quick shifter for fast, full throttle upshifts. A couple extra boring specs would be a curb weight of 429 pounds, a seat height of 31.9 inches, a 4-gallon fuel tank, and CST tires that actually might not be that bad. A few extra features that are surprising at this price point would be a tire pressure monitoring system that also tells you the temperature of your tires, a factory adjustable steering dampener, and a multi-level and defeatable traction control. So there are a few things I want to cover before we go for a ride. First, this bike is a great value. Probably the best value in the segment, especially when you consider how reliable CF Moto bikes have actually been. But if you start to look at some of the details, you can see it's not quite to Japanese levels. For example, when I look at the engine, it almost looks like a really nice spray can paint job that someone did in their shop. It's not bad, but it's not quite a top tier finish. Something that brought to me was the quick shifter, or should I say the quick-ish shifter. I don't have any experience with a quick shifter, so I'm not an expert here. But some at the shop complained that it feels slightly leggy to them. Again, I already rode this and I didn't notice that, but some of you more experienced sport guys might pick up on that. The lighting, while awesome, leaves one strange taste in my mouth, and that is the taillight. It is a cool design, but that design also makes it tricky to customize the taillight for future buyers. It may be even trickier depending on how the system is tied in to the electronics. Now, when you're talking about a bike that gives such a good value proposition, these start to sound more like nitpicks than actual concerns. One last thing before we ride, I'd like to thank Zako Sports Center for allowing me use of their space. This is their bike, this is their shop, and here I am recording. So they're a CF Moto, Honda, Yamaha, Indian, Royal Enfield dealer in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. They have a great selection of new and used inventory. If you're in the area, please do me a favor and check them out. With that aside, let's go for a ride. All right. We've been waiting in the US for a while for this bike here. So we're going to take it out. I am not really a sport bike guy, and this is definitely a more aggressive bike than the 450SS. So we'll see. Not a real fancy startup on the screen, but you know. I'm also not a triple guy necessarily, but from me hearing this earlier, this thing don't sound bad. So if you're looking for expert opinion on this, like I said, I'm not a sport bike guy. I'm just gonna let you know what I think of it. First things first, thank goodness for a belly in this case, because my wrists are shit, and My belly's holding me up right now against this tank. I figured I gotta get this video in today because these things are almost sold out already. Let this warm up a little bit. So our quick shifter's on, but I don't want to use that at low RPM, I'm pretty sure. Tires are a little bit inflated. As we get moving, they're even going up more, so we're not going to be railing any corners. This has like no miles on it. And B, it's kind of early in the season yet here, and it's not all that warm today. I think it's, what is it, maybe in the high 50s today. But we're going to take it for a ride and see. It's not bad. It's not Yamaha torque. You know, what is it? The red line looks like it starts at around 11,000 RPM, so it's not like it revs uber high. I think these are rated at 95 horsepower or so, right around 100. Let's see, we got traction control at level 2 on. So I think that's the safest. Quick shifter's on. And rush hour traffic, so at least want to find a couple twisties just to kind of get it down and around the corner. Of course, that looks like where all the cars are going right now, so that don't seem fun. Throttle, there's a lot of play in the throttle. See if you can pick it up on camera. Where's this guy going? All right, awesome. Quick shifter is kind of cool, huh? If you're looking for expert analysis on this bike, you are at the wrong place. But if you're looking for a place where a guy's just kind of having fun with something that's new to him, that's me. Bike feels freaking good, man. This thing is... I mean, and I'm low in the RPM range here. I'll slow her down a little bit. Coming into the residential spot. Dude,
Bike just feels solid though. Has a really cool intake noise. Let's see what these Joan brakes are like. Joan brakes are good. Good feel. Had the rear ABS kick in, of course, a little bit there. Engine sounds very good. It's I like it a lot so far. And I'm driving it pretty easy just because this is a brand new bike. This thing is probably going to be sold in the next couple days. 7 of these came in 4 days ago. 2 remain. This is the demo unit that probably won't be here long enough to hit demo status, so it's still going to have a few miles on it though. Try the quick shifter a little bit. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right. Good job, CF Moto. You made something that's fun, affordable, and a lot of people dig it because these things are selling like hotcakes. We'll go up the hill and back. Problem with sport bikes, see, the last sport bike I owned was the 1986 Honda VFR 750. So it was kind of a rare dog in the sense that it was a first year aluminum frame VFR, and in the United States 750s, my recollection is they only brought in 1,200 of them because that was the tariff years. Funny, we're in tariff years now again. But that bike was has a pretty cool heritage behind it and a big cult following, so I liked it because it's a Honda. I'm a Honda guy by default, and I like the colors of it. I love the sound of that V4. I've had multiple V4 bikes. Actually, I've had multiple VFRs. Most of them are 700s. I did have 2 750s though, and it's so easy to get in trouble on that stuff. I mean, this is light years above and beyond what that Honda was. I mean, that Honda had a 16-inch wheel in the front, you know, so I mean, tires on it weren't great. Or was it in the rear? I don't remember. There was something weird on the tire size. I think it was a 16 in the front. So the mod was to put change something out on a CBR F2 or something so you could run a standard like 17-inch wheel on it. But you know, I'm a cruiser guy. I'm an old man that's was not brought up with this stuff really. Like I said, I like it because of style and stuff. But here, we're gonna pull off here quick so I can get a couple shots from the outside so I can hear that exhaust. But This is a fun bike. It's cool. What you're getting for the money is, I think, a frickin' bargain. So, hats off to you, CF Moto. Let's set our camera right about here. All right, a little bit behind the scenes stuff here. This thing here has been pretty good. This is an X3, but sometimes early on in the recording process, it'll shut off. So I always try to check it, because that's the only time it's ever failed me, is like right after I stop recording. The GoPro that I got, I was having issues with it this last weekend, and I think I got it solved now because I did an update on it. But yeah, I think we're good. It's recording. I see the red light. Cool sound. Like it. Dig it. We just want to get a couple shots so you can hear this thing. Nothing too crazy. All right, so let's talk shop a little bit on the way back. Again, I'm not a sport bike expert when it comes to this stuff. You know, all the specs and all the little nuances of it, you know, that is not really my jam. I just like having fun with stuff, and you know, this is a fun bike to me. Not a comfortable bike by any means, but you know, this is definitely a much more aggressive riding stance, very much like the R6s, or, you know, full-blown CBR RR. It's not like a 450SS. It's not like a CBR 650, you know, R or anything like that. This is definitely more aggressive in your seating position. If that's what you're looking for and you want a bargain, really, I think this is a great choice. Is this the best bike in its segment? Well, everyone has an opinion and they all stink, right? But one thing I will say, where I work, we're a Honda, Yamaha, Indian, CF Moto, and Royal Enfield shop, right? So we have Honda, Yamaha that compete with this, and unfortunately, well, Yamaha doesn't have the R6 anymore, but this is really more, I would say, you know, a competitor with the R7. We sell R7s pretty well, right? Honda, they have the 650 and the 600RR, but let's take what we sell for our shop, for our market. R7s, we probably sell 7 of them a year, okay? For our area where we live, where I'm from, I think that's a pretty fair number. CBR 600s, we could maybe do 2 of those a year, the double Rs. 650Rs, I mean, Honda doesn't get us product very well. We'd probably do a couple, 2 or 3 of those a year maybe. These, we got 7 of them in. That's it for the year. No more orders, no more availability. They're gone. And we got them 4 days ago. There's 2 left. The weather in Wisconsin hasn't been great. We had some tornadoes go through yesterday. You know, we're just coming out of wintertime. People are starting to get into this stuff, but it's not like when we've had the early springs, the early like summer feeling springs. This is just stupid fun. This is fun. God. And it's not too much, you know. It's not too much of anything. It's a fun amount of power. I have it in baby mode, you know, so there's more to this bike than what I'm doing with it right now. But anyway, this thing, we sold 5 of them in 4 days. That tells me that this is probably one of the better bikes in its class. I know the Aprilia, the 660, that's a really popular model too. I mean, that's a really good bike. But when you take what this thing's priced at and what you're getting feature-wise, you really can't beat it. I wish that they had a little bit more, like, aggressive style in the graphics department of it. It's a little bit muted to me. Between the two colors, you get the white one I think is the best, and that's mainly because of the wheels. If you put these teal wheels on the black one, I think you got something really good there. But yeah, this is, if you want one of these bikes this year, you have to buy it now. They are going to be sold out everywhere. And with the current tariff situation, it's funny, we were talking about that just a little bit ago on a different bike. With the current tariff situation that we're dealing with, they're not bringing more of these in. So, CF Moto, this is like a masterpiece. Why did it shut off? I don't know. That's so weird. I don't know what I did. I just shut off, but still, I'll still claim it's a masterpiece. Excellent bike. Let's close this video up with some thoughts.
This bike is absolutely worth every penny and punches above its weight class. You're getting advanced electronics, killer looks, and solid performance at a price that undercuts a lot of the competition. It's ideal for a newer sport bike rider looking to level up, or experienced riders who want something fun without dropping super sport level cash. I had a blast on the short 9-mile test ride. Even though I'm not comfortable on these style bikes, I could have stayed out there riding it for a couple more hours and had a smile on my face the whole time. Alright, so pros. First off, affordable price point. It has impressive tech features, very balanced performance, and even though it doesn't have the cool graphics from the 90s, it still has great styling. Cons, really there aren't much, but I'd say there's some minor detail issues when you really start to look at things. And to some people, CF Moto doesn't have enough brand recognition to really be on the radar, but I think that's going to be changing soon. So if you're in the market for a sporty middle-class bike that looks the part and performs well without killing your budget, the 675SS is definitely worth a test ride. As I said in the test ride, these things are selling out fast, so if you want one, the time is now. If you enjoyed this review, or were at least a little entertained, please consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. It really does help. On this channel, I do a lot of different things on motorcycles and a little bit on side-by-sides and ATVs, so if you're into that, this is a good spot for you. If you have any questions, please drop a comment below. I try to get to all of them as soon as I can. Try to be the same day, but if you got something for me, I'll absolutely answer you. Lastly, I appreciate you watching until the end. Don't forget to enjoy the ride. We'll see you next time.